The book of First Peter chapter 4, verse 7. But the end of all things is at hand. Be ye therefore sober and watch unto prayer. Shalom to the lost elect. Barakata Yahawah, Barakata Yahawashi, Barakata Yahawah, Barakata Yahawashi, Barakata Yahawah, Barakata Yahawashi, call Allah Yahawah, Bahasham Yahawashi, Bahasham Qadash. Let's give double honors to our head apostles, the elders, the bishops out of the great millstone that taught us this truth. And salutations, peace to my fellow laborers out there doing this work in sincerity. The large multitude mentioned in the book of Revelation 7:9, mentioned in the book of 2 Ezra chapter 2 verse 42, and the household of faith. I pray that this message find all of you in perfect peace. The meeting between Trump and Putin didn't go well. Panic is setting in. Europe is pissed off. And Vladimir Zelensky is on his way to Washington on Monday. That's right. Putin canceled a lunch meeting right after this conversation. This meeting was supposed to be 7 hours. It was an hour and a half. That's right. Don't let them tell you that 3 hours. No, because they have to translate. If you factor in all the translations, that's right. It came to less than 3 hours. So if it was even shorter, it didn't go well. Because if it went well, Putin wouldn't jump on his plane and go. They had a plan. It's a working lunch between the president. Cancel. Putin has departed Alaska meeting. That's right. This is what happened. It didn't go well. Because we've been telling you, it says the end. That's why it says 1 Peter chapter 4 verse 7. But the end of all things is at hand. Be ye therefore sober and watch unto prayer. This is World War III. Russia is going to take down America. That's right. In World War III, this is where we are all heading to. Europe is going to hate America. Revelation 17 is about to be played out. It says the 10 horns, which represent the European Union, they shall hate the whole. But let's go with this news update, the whole shebang. Family, we're going to place 5 minutes of this video here. Just to show you exactly what took place in Alaska yesterday. We are loving every minute of it. Because why? This is at the end of the world. The end of Esau, the self-proclaimed white man. This is the end of his world. Jacob is the beginning of it that follows. 2 Ezra chapter 6 verse 9. And then when you go to 2 Ezra 7, yes, we're going to continue to bring it out. Verse 43, it says the day of doom. D-O-O-M. You get that definition. It means death, destruction, and some other terrible fate. That's how America, Babylon the Great, is going to go down. Let's go.
Washington and Moscow, but the EU's politicians are losing it. They're angry, outraged, and left out in the cold with Zelensky because history has essentially been made after Vladimir Putin became the first Russian leader to set foot in the American state of Alaska. Handshakes and smiles as he met with Donald Trump for their Crunch Talk summit. So just for a moment, have a look at this. It's how the events unfolded in Anchorage on Friday.
Ladies and gentlemen, the
President of the United States of America and the President of the Russian Federation. Almost 3 hours of talks wrapped up with an address to the press. By the way, President Putin given the honor of speaking first. The Russian leader said the summit signals a reset in relations.
Our talks were constructive and mutually respectful. These were very useful and substantial talks. Once again, I thank my American counterpart, my colleague, for his invitation to Alaska. As you know, one of the key issues for us is resolving the issue of Ukraine, the conflict in Ukraine. And we are seeing that President Trump is personally involved and personally interested in resolving this conflict, understanding the core reasons for the conflict. And I have said on multiple occasions that this has to do with Russian national and security interests. We have always seen Ukraine as a brotherly nation of Russia. We have the same roots. So this conflict is also a tragedy for us. Russia is certainly very interested in putting an end to this. I'm sure that the understanding we have reached today will help us open the path towards peace in Ukraine. I hope that in Kiev and in European capitals, they will hear this and will see it as a positive thing, and will not try to create obstacles or create provocations and undermine the progress that we achieve here.
I believe we had a very productive meeting. There were many, many points that we agreed on, most of them, I would say, a couple of big ones that we haven't quite gotten there, but we've made some headway. So there's no deal until there's a deal. We have a very good chance of getting there. We didn't get there, but we have a very good chance of getting there. I would like to thank President Putin and his entire team, whose faces, who I know in many cases, otherwise, other than that, whose faces I get to see all the time in the newspapers. You're almost as famous as the boss. We'll speak to you very soon and probably see you again very soon. Thank you very much, Vladimir.
Next time in Moscow.
Oh, that's an interesting one.
Yeah, that was very awkward. Next time in Moscow. That ain't happening. Even he knows that is not happening because it didn't go well. Another, let's go here, family. We say Tawada, Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. We're going to bring the precepts. Actually, let's do this first. Isaiah 47, verse 12. Stand now with thine enchantments. Let's look up the word enchantments. Let's go here. And the Hebrew word is what? Chaba. Chaba. Which goes into a. It goes into, sorry, H2267. H2267 is what? Chaba, which means association, company, band, share, society, magician, charmer, spell. The Lord says, stand now with all your magicians. You see, the Lord got a great sense of humor. The power that we serve, Yahawah, oh yes, everybody's about to find out who is in charge of this movie. Because this life here, family, this is a movie. This is not life. Everything you see is fake. That's what the Lord says. Don't love this world here. All these people that are ruling over your family, the Lord set all of them up. Set everything up. This is a movie. We haven't lived yet. That's why it says, that's why, make sure that what? Sow your treasures in heaven. The kingdom to come. That's what you want. You want to be part of the kingdom to come. And this one has to go down for the other kingdom to come. That's when we're going to live. That's when we are actually going to live. But let's stay on point here. It said, now stand with what? Thine enchantment. Let's look up the root word. The root word is what? H2266. Let me see here. To be allied. Be united. Okay. Alliance, league together. So here what the Lord is saying. It says, now stand with the what? Let's go here again. Isaiah 47. Verse 12, stand now with thine enchantment, your witches, your magicians, and with the multitude of thy sorceries. Should we look up the word sorceries? Let's look up the word sorceries. The Lord says here, the word sorceries goes into what? Kashab, which is what? H3785. It says sorcery, witchcraft. Because that's what the whole America, the whole Western world is built on witchcraft, starting with their media, Hollywood, your music. It's all in everything, every aspect of our lives. That's right. The Lord said, let now stand with those sorceries. Let's read on. Stand now with thine enchantment and with the multitude of thy sorcery, wherein thou hast labored from thy youth. If so be thou shalt be able to profit. If so be thou mayest prevail. The Lord, let's read this in the NLT. It says this. Now use your magical charms. Use the spells you have worked at all these years. Maybe, the Lord says, maybe they will do you some good. Maybe they can make someone afraid of you. You see, Putin, you can't touch the bear. Because why? The Lord is raising him up to do what? To destroy America. Oh, family, we're going to go to Isaiah 13. So yeah, let's bear with me. We're going to go there. Oh, yes, we are going to go there. Let's stay on point. Isaiah 47 verse 13 now. It said, thou art weary. This is the point. Weary meaning what? Tired. Let's look up the word weary. What does weary means? Let's get it. The Hebrew word H3811. La'ah, which is what? To be weary, be impatient, and be grieved, be offended. That's Trump. Now he's one piece now. Because they were talking about ceasefire. Family, you know they've been talking about ceasefire. But family, after this talk, now they want peace. They want peace. What did Putin say to Trump? For Trump to say, oh, now they want peace. Trump has been making phone calls around the clock to his European allies. But Europe don't want peace. They want the war to continue. So you see what the Lord says in Mark chapter 3 verse 24. What does it say? It says a kingdom divided cannot stand. They are divided. So that means what, family, we are heading to World War III. And that's where we've been waiting for. It says here, to be weary, be impatient, be grieved, be offended, and impatient, and to weary, make weary, exhaust. You are exhausted. The multitude of what? Let's go there and read on. Isaiah 47, thou art weary in the multitude of thy counsels. All this advice, do this, the think tanks here, the presidents, the vice president, the special envoy, everybody's talking to you. You're sending everybody to go see Putin. Yeah, family. He said, thou art weary. That counsel is not helping you. He said, let now the astrologers, the stargazers, the monthly prognosticators stand up and save thee from these things that shall come upon thee. The Lord says this. Let's get another version here. Let's go to, we're going to read NLT. All the advice you receive has made you tired. That's what the Lord is saying. Where are all your astrologers? Those stargazers who make predictions each month, let them stand up and save you from what the future holds. That's what the Lord is saying. The Lord said, yeah, all your stargazers, bring everybody to the table. Let's find out if they can stop the destruction that I'm bringing upon you. That's what the Lord is saying. Let's read another version here. Let's go to the Amplified version. Let's see. It says, you are wearied, meaning tired, by your many counsels. Just let the astrologers, the stargazers, those who predict by the new moons each month, stand up and save you from the things that will come upon you, Babylon, America. The Lord, it says, get all your witches, your wizards. Oh yeah, get them. They're all out there bragging. Let them stand up and see if they can help you. That's what the Lord is saying. Let's continue here. Verse 14, it said, behold, they, all your witches, all your advisors, and your stargazers, it says, behold, they shall be as stubble. The fire shall burn them. Because what? America is going to be destroyed with what? Nuclear fire. Thermonuclear fire. That's how America is going to be destroyed. So everybody on the soil of America, if they are not part of the elect, yeah, they are going to be what? Burnt up. That's what is coming. I said, behold, they shall be as stubble. The fire shall burn them. They shall not deliver themselves from the power of the flame. There shall not be a coal to warm at, nor fire to sit before. Thus shall they be unto thee, with whom thou hast labored, all your stargazers, all these counselors. And the Lord says everybody is going to burn in the fire, because America is going to be the lake of fire. Even thy merchants from thy youth, they shall wander everyone to his quarter. None shall save thee. That goes into what? Isaiah. No. That goes to Revelation 18. What am I saying? Revelation 18, what did the Lord says? He says the nation standing far off. He says lament for Babylon. He said Revelation 18:9. Revelation 18 verse 9. And the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and lived deliciously, trading with you, depending on the American dollar, you made a lot of nations rich. Hear what the Lord says about all these people. With her shall bewail her and lament for her when they shall see the smoke of her burning. So all these nations that you've been doing business with, they're going to see America on fire. But let's continue to read verse 10. Revelation 18:10. Standing afar off for the fear of her torment, saying, this is what all the merchants, all your businessmen, all these countries that you've done business with, this is what they're going to be saying. Alas, alas, that great city, America, aka Babylon, the mighty city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come. And the merchants of the earth, all the traders, let's look up the word merchants. Let's look up the word merchants. It goes into what? Emporos. The Greek word G17:13. It says what? One on a journey, whether by sea or by land, especially for trade. A merchant as opposed to a retailer or petty tradesman. You get the point. That's right. All these shipmasters. Let's continue to read. This thing is good. It says here, verse 11. And the merchants of the earth shall weep and mourn over her, for no man buyeth their merchandise anymore. Let's get another version. He says all these men are going to cry, because there goes the American dollar. And that's what is coming. That's the future. We are telling you the future through the spirit and power of our King, the head of our church, Yahawashi, before it happens. So count yourself extremely blessed. He said the merchants of the world will weep and mourn for what? For her. For there is no one left to buy their goods. Because America, oh yeah, America made a lot of nations rich. Everybody wants what? The American dollar. America is the biggest consuming nation in the world, but they're producing nothing right now. So everybody makes stuff and they bring it to America to sell. Yes. So they're going to be crying that America is over. The dream is done. America is on fire. America is going to be the lake of fire. That's what is coming. So let's continue here. So family, you get it? I just want to bring that precept. But we're going to go to Isaiah 13. Lord willing. So listen to what happened. So after the meeting, right? After the press conference, they were supposed to go for what? Lunch. Because throughout the day, they were talking about this meeting is going to take 7 to 8 hours. Family, it lasted hour and a half. It could be an hour. But they didn't want to make it look bad. But listen to the working lunch between the president's council. Putin has departed the Alaska meeting. Listen to this, what happened. After about 3 hours of meetings in Alaska between President Trump and his U.S. delegation and Russian President Putin and his delegation, things did not appear to go well. Yes, family. Because family, if it went well, we would have gone and sit around the table and have dinner, and then lunch, have a little bit of wine or tea, walk around. No, Putin jumped. Let's read on. It says a working lunch, in quotation mark, was scheduled for the two presidents and the two delegations. I am told that has been cancelled. President Putin departed the meeting at Elmendorf Air Force Base, went to a cemetery in Alaska where Soviet pilots from World War II are buried, laid flowers at their graves, then returned to the air base, boarded his plane, and took off back to Russia. All in all, this does not look good or bode well. That's what we've been saying. We've been saying that peace is not coming on this planet here. Yesterday, I went live through the spirit and power of our King, our Redeemer, Yahawashi. Everybody wants peace in this world here. But the question is, what does the Bible say? You said everybody forget with the word of the Lord. But now they are going to go back to the word of the Lord. Oh yeah, they will eventually. Because they're going to realize that the counsel of the Lord, whatever the Lord Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi says, that is what's going to be fulfilled. Yeah, that's what's going to come to pass. And it's about to be feared. The same way the Lord destroyed, the Lord destroyed was Pharaoh, right? The Lord raised up Pharaoh for one reason, family, that's it. So that he can magnify himself through Pharaoh by the destruction he brought up from Pharaoh. When he drowned Pharaoh and his military in the Red Sea after they went after the children of Israel. Yeah. So the same thing is about to happen this time again. The Lord is about to destroy America. That's what we just read Revelation 18, right? Family, it's already happened in the spirit, but it's about to be fulfilled for your eyes to see it. The nation standing far off crying, saying that, who are we going to sell our merchandise to right now? Because they ain't got no business in America. So Trump is desperate. Oh yeah, family, we're going to go to Isaiah 13. But let me bring you another headline news. So after that now, Trump also got on his plane and then came and started making phone calls. And Trump calls Zelensky, NATO, G7 after Putin's summit. Okay, so listen to this. U.S. President Donald Trump spent an entire hour on the telephone from Air Force One with Ukraine Vladimir Zelensky after finishing the summit with Russian President Vladimir Putin. Because Putin have made it clear nobody's going to step in their way. And he said that thing before yesterday. Somebody, I think one of the Putin delegates says, if Europe won this way, said Europe is going to burn first. Oh yeah, they are ready. Russia is ready. Because why? According to the Bible, Isaiah 13, we're going to go there. Russia is going to be the nation that destroy America and bring down this kingdom. Yeah. Ezekiel 38 tells the same thing. Jeremiah 50, Jeremiah 51, Isaiah 34. Yeah, Joel chapter 2, Joel chapter 3, all about the destruction of this kingdom. That's where we are. U.S. President Trump spent an entire hour on the telephone from Air Force One with Ukraine Vladimir Zelensky after finishing the summit with Russia President Vladimir Putin. After speaking at length with Zelensky, leaders from the UK, France, Italy, Germany, Finland, Poland, NATO, Mark Rutte, and EU Chief van der Leyen joined for a 30-minute call. The content of the call is being very closely held, but the general impression expressed from Europe, NATO headquarters, and of course Ukraine it was not good. That's right, it was not good. It's not good. Because Europe is broke. They were hoping that they will continue to war. That's why I continue this war. But they will continue to go. The war is going to continue. Because Revelation 17, we are waiting for that prophecy to be filled. Because why? I brought it up earlier. Let's go to the previous chapter. Revelation chapter 17, it says this. And he says unto me, the waters which thou sawest, where the whore is referring to who? America. You go to the top, it tells you about what? The doom of Babylon. The doom, meaning what? Again, 2 Ezra chapter 7 verse 43 says the same thing. Doom means death, destruction. And no, let's get it. Let's allow Google to tell us. What is the meaning of doom? No boom, doom. No. That's right. Because this is leading to what? That's right. The kingdom of heaven. The destruction leading into what? The kingdom of heaven. The end of your world. Let's continue here. Let's go back to Isaiah. Isaiah chapter 13. It said, therefore shall... It said, no, let's go verse 17. Where am I? It says here. Isaiah chapter 13 verse 17. Behold, I will stir up the meats against them. Which stirring what? Against them. Against who? Babylon, America. Which shall Russia against America. That's what you have to say. I will stir up the Russians against America, which shall not regard silver, and as for gold, they shall not delight in it. He said their bows goes into their missiles. Also shall dash the young men to pieces, and they shall have no pity, no pity on the fruit of the womb. Their eyes shall not spare children. No, because missiles have no feelings. Oh, look at this beautiful family, man. I think the woman is pregnant again. No, the missiles have no feeling. It's going to split children into two. That's what is coming upon this earth. Because this is the Lord's program. He said, and Babylon, America, the glory of the kingdom, the beauty of the Chaldees' excellency, shall be as when the Most High overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah. You see, why did the Lord destroy Sodom and Gomorrah? Was it a right on those 5 cities? Were they doing good things? No, you go back and read Genesis chapter 19, it tells you it was full of all type of wickedness. Even Abraham was saying, oh Lord, what if you find 10 people in Sodom? Would you save it? No. And then when the angels came to see the place, these sinners, these wicked Canaanites, they wanted to sleep with the angels. And the same thing is happening right now in America. All type of abominable behavior. People worshiping whatever their heart desire. People sleeping with dogs, cat, or goat. Because there's bestiality in America. You can do whatever your heart desire. You can worship everything you wish. You can sleep with anybody you want. That's right. Animals, dog, goat, cat, chicken, turkey, and deer. That's right. You can do whatever your heart desire. The same thing was going on in Gomorrah. It's on those 5 cities that the Lord destroyed. The same thing the Lord is about to do on America, on the soil of America. So we're telling you before it comes to pass. The Lord is telling you. He says here, hear what the Lord says. It says here, and Babylon, America, the glory of the kingdom, the beauty of the Chaldees' excellency, shall be as when the Most High overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah. Are you paying attention to this? And it will never, the Lord is saying, you see, the same way Sodom was left desolate, the Lord is reminding, he says, it shall never be inhabited, neither shall it be dwelt in from generation to generation, neither shall the Arabian pinch tent there, neither shall the shepherds make their fold there. The Lord said, nobody's going to live on the soil of America. So if anybody is telling you that, oh, yeah, you know what, Bill Gates is buying all the lands and blah, 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 this is a time for you to invest. Family, just walk away from them. Don't even waste your breath because they're never going to get it. Don't let nobody tell you to invest in America. No, America is about to be turned into the lake of fire. And after those fires settle, actually, let's allow the Bible to speak. It said, it shall never be inhabited, neither shall it be dwelt in from generation to generation, neither shall the Arabian, the Arabs coming here setting up shop, no. The Chinese, the East Indians, no gas stations, no convenience store, the little Korean store. Everybody's going back to their own homeland. And if they don't leave, they are on the soil of America, Isaiah 34 is going to kick in. The Lord said he have a sacrifice in Bozrah, another code name for America. So if you are on the soil of America, guess what's going to happen to you? You are the sacrificial lamb. The Lord compared every soul on America to our goats, kidneys, lambs. That's why it's coming to sacrifice. That's why you're going to be in the lake of fire. That's what is coming. And it says here, and again, it says, verse 21, it says, the wild beasts of the desert. You hear that? After the fire settles, wild beasts of the desert shall lie there, and their houses shall be full of doleful creatures, and owls shall dwell there, and satyrs shall dance there. And the wild beasts of the island shall cry in their desolate houses, and dragons in their pleasant palaces. And her time is near to come, and her days shall not be prolonged. Based on this summit between Trump and Putin, I speak as a man, but through the spirit and power of our King, our Redeemer, always Yahawashi, we are at the end. This is very close. EU is going to hate Trump. They're going to hate America because Revelation 17 has to be fulfilled. Every word of the Lord has to be fulfilled. Prophecies have to be fulfilled. They're going to hate America. They're going to shoot missiles on America. It is over. Family, the party is over. They are listening. Look at this man here. You know that he's thinking. This is your current NATO chief. The North Atlantic Treaty Organization. He's the Mark Rutte. That's van der Leyen, the president of the European Union. Everybody's worried. In their mind, they think their kingdom is going to go on forever. But we are at the end. That's how beautiful it is to see the fear in these people's face. Family, it brings joy. Money cannot buy it. The joy that it brings us when we see these people here, these proud people. Tawada Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. So family, that's them. That's the news. World War III is not going to prolong, family. We are here. We are here. Yeah, don't let nobody tell you peace is coming. According to the Bible, there's no peace coming. The peace that is coming from our king after he put down this kingdom. After World War III, that's when the peace is coming. Yahawashi is coming in the midst of World War III. That's why Isaiah 9, 6, 7, that's why that's Yahawashi's kingdom. He's coming to set up his kingdom, which is going to be everlasting peace on this planet here. And these people here, death, destruction, that's what is coming for them, according to the Bible. That's not me saying it, it's the Bible saying it. We are just the mouthpiece of the Lord, and we are here to declare the word of the Lord. So, beloved, I hope you were edified. All praises, honor, and glory to the power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Qadash. Thank the Lord for the inspiration for this lesson. Let's give double honors to our head apostles, the elders, the bishops, out of the great millstone that taught us this truth. And salutations, peace to my fellow laborers out there. And today they're all going to be out there on the highways and the byways, exalting the name of our King, our Redeemer, Yahawashi, 144,000. And followed by the large multitude, men, women, children, pregnant women. You're going to see pregnant women being beamed up into the chariot. Man, it's going to be a glorious day. Family, that's what we are waiting for. Yahawah Rawchaa. I pray that this message find all of you in perfect peace. Shalom.